right, hello family. This is Sunday 7 with Auntie-NEES, and I have a special treat for you guys today. I'm actually at my cousin's house. He is a fitness trainer, and we want to talk to him a little bit today about being fit, the benefits of it, the benefits of eating right, the whole gamut. Like I told y'all, this channel is more than just about gardening. It is a lifestyle channel. It is the Honky Tonk Chronicles. And the Honky Tonk was our people's lifestyle. You know what I mean? That's where grandmama and all of them went to talk about everything that they did in the neighborhood. And that's exactly what we're going to do with this channel. So, Ben, go ahead and introduce yourself to the family.
Okay, my name is Benjamin Crawford, and I am the founder of Benefitness LLC. I'm a master trainer who's very confident in his craft. I've practiced and I have.
Yeah, you've been at this for a long time.
I have been doing it for about 17 years.
I know.
And I have invested in this lifestyle for myself. It's not something that I just take lightly or just a job or something to do. But it's my life, it's my livelihood, and it's what I love to do. I love to help others, and it's about making one feel better, because when you look better, you feel better.
Exactly.
And you are better when you develop a healthier lifestyle.
Yes.
And we practice these things.
Yes. You know, when I got here to Atlanta, I ran into your dad, and of course, you know, I actually had a fitness center myself a few years back. I got out of it, but Ben was there then, and he was actually training under his dad, getting certified and so forth. So like he said, you've been doing this for how long now?
17 years.
That's been a while. And now he's on his own, family, doing his thing. Man, I want you to flex one time for the people. See what I'm saying? Look. All right? So you want to look like that? We need you to get with Ben, because he is good. He's the best, for real. And he family.
Absolutely.
Right? He is family. His mom and I are first cousins, so Ben is my second cousin, but we like first cousins.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
But we both are here in the Atlanta area. And we want you all to check us out today. And if you're interested, we're going to put all of his information in the description box so you can reach out to him if you'd like to bring him on or hire him as a personal trainer or consultant. You know, Ben, one of the things that caught my attention when you was introducing yourself to the family was the fact that you said this is your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. It's serious for you. This is your livelihood.
Yes.
It is what makes your money for the most part. And a lot of people don't understand that when you are self-employed, it ain't about sitting back chilling.
Nope.
Most often you have to work a little bit harder, because it's all about your means to make that money come in, right?
Absolutely. So you have to make sure, it's just like a baby. You have to make sure you it's levels to it. You have to make sure you invest and you feed your fire and be motivating for yourself. Do things that will help motivate and inspire yourself to be an inspiration. To carry, you know, your legacy, to carry your skills, whatever it is, further. And I will like to take the time to also thank my father, who taught me everything that I know, you know, who's a retired bodybuilder also.
Yes.
And when I first started, I was afraid. It hurt, it burned, you know. I never experienced anything like this in my life before physically. But what it took was for me to back up and actually start at my own pace. And when I started to see changes for myself physically, my strength changed, you know, growth, muscle growth and development, I got inspired. I got motivated.
You became excited about it.
I became excited.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. And to your point, you know, a lot of people say that, you know, physical is only a part of it. That's correct. But when you look good, you feel good about yourself.
Absolutely.
It motivates you.
Absolutely.
You know, and a lot of people, they look in the mirror and they feel some kind of way when they look in the mirror. A lot of us just don't admit it.
Right.
But you have to do things that make you feel good about yourself.
Absolutely.
You know, because the way you feel about yourself actually shines on the outside.
How you treat others.
That's right.
Absolutely. And so that's one of the things that I specialize in, because again, I'm a firm believer that if you look good, you feel better. And you could be having a bad day, but if you look in the mirror and you see those curves and those muscles and you know, all of those things, your body coming together and developing and all that, it boosts your self-esteem.
Yes,
it boosts your ego. It boosts, you know, it helps you do things that you probably didn't think you could survive and you know, endure or conquer. And some people may say it's tangible. They may say it's superficial, you know, or what have you, but it's investment in yourself is investment in yourself.
Absolutely.
There's no price tag for that.
That's
so
correct.
Allow them to be miserable, but it's about being better and our best over here in every aspect.
Yeah,
whether it's physically, health-wise, you know, self-esteem, all of these things. So we want to promote, you know, happiness. We want to promote, you know, good energy, love, support, you know, therapy, a shoulder. You know, I'm more than just a trainer, you know, and I understand that this is my journey. This is my assignment. And so I take pride in that. You don't want just the trainer, because that's what you'll get.
Oh man, you hit the nail on the head with that, because so many people, that's what they go out and they get a trainer, and that's exactly what they get. It's just somebody that's going to train you, but they don't put, what is it? Heart.
Nope.
They don't put heart into it, family.
Nope.
When you find somebody that puts heart into it, they're going to tell you every aspect of what you need to do to get to the goal that you're trying to achieve. And speaking of goal, when someone calls you or reaches out to you by way of Facebook, whatever, social media, on the phone, and they say, hey Ben, I would like to hire you to be my physical fitness trainer. What are some of the first things that you say to that individual, just to try to assess if in fact this is something this person is serious about? Because you know, you get a lot of people, man, they just come with the fakeness.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't nobody have time for that.
Absolutely
Ain't
not.
nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time. Things that I would ask, I like to know what are their personal goals, what are their target areas that they are most concerned about. And from there, I ask if they already have started their journey, the fitness journey. Have they gotten a membership? Do they work out currently? Have they been working on their diet? If so, what exactly are you doing? What method are you using? What schedule are you using? What diet are you using? And I kind of assess and go from there. I like to get, you know, it's very important for you to be able to explain or express what it is your concerns are, what you would need help on, and then I give my expertise, where we can meet in the middle and be more realistic about whatever it is that we need to, you know, what goal you're trying to reach.
Perfect. So once you have that conversation with the individual, what is the next step you have them take? They've now told you, well, Ben, this is what I'd like to do. Here's what I've been doing. I need help. I need some encouragement. I need some motivation, because I'm just not quite getting it on my own. So once they tell you that, and you now have heard what their goal is, they seem to be a serious person, what's the next step at that point?
So I will say, before I answer that, the next step is finding out if there's any health or physical challenges that I need to be aware of, so that I can better accommodate. Because what people don't understand is you can't just hire a trainer and they just train you, and you have all of these ongoing or current issues that you're challenged with, where you're not able to perform certain techniques or certain forms or exercises, and that's very important. So the whole idea of getting a trainer is to get better if there are challenges, and healthier, not to further injure or cause injury.
Yes, that's perfect, because we don't often think about that. Some people come to you and say, I want you to train me, and you don't know what type of health issues they're faced with.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yes.
they may be diabetic. It's certain
Yes.
things that's going on with people that may be a diabetic, a person that may have cancer, a person that may have a heart condition, and that's a major one, heart condition, because you know, when you start working out, you are really going to engage those lungs and that heart and
your
all
heart rate will be up.
Yes.
So I need to know these things to make sure that we are not compromising anything.
Right.
That's first and foremost. And as far as being motivating and goals, I always tell people, come and see me. I believe in setting the tone, the atmosphere, the energy, because it's my job. That's why you hired me, to be motivating, to be inspiring. So I always ask them, and I always tell them to come see me and experience for themselves, because every client is different.
Yes, they are.
Every client requires a different level of motivation.
Yes.
Every client requires a different level of inspiration or energy. And, you know, I want to be a part of that. You know, I want to be able to accommodate you as my client and respect you, and also hold you accountable and get you to those goals.
Yes. And you know, when you get with that individual, so now you have to prepare yourself too, right?
Absolutely.
You have to mentally prepare yourself.
Because I don't know what I'm coming in contact
There
with.
you go.
Absolutely.
You don't. Because a lot of times, family, you know, you get with a client and then you start working with that client. That client may be so demotivated. Now you've got to project all this energy to try to pull them in. It's a lot doing that, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. But the thing about it is, it comes with the territory. Like you said before, you stated before, you never know what type of individual you're going to come in contact with. And so there's different levels to the motivation when it comes to motivation. So I just prepare myself for it, and I try to always have an icebreaker, you know, and try to connect with people. Just be humane and be real and authentic. In most cases, it wins people over.
Yes. You know, one of the things I think about as a trainer, just looking at it from a real perspective, people don't realize being a fitness trainer is tough.
Yes.
Because you've got to physically deal with that person, mentally deal with that person.
Yeah.
You have to absorb whatever it is they coming in the door with.
Absolutely.
If it's negative energy, you now have to deal with that negative energy and try to change it up to get them in a positive state of mind so that they will be successful with the routine you're gonna apply towards their goal.
That's what a lot of people, and I'm so glad that you actually mentioned that, because they just see it as, coming in the gym, counting 1 to 10, and, you know, doing a few squats, push-ups, and that's just it. No, it's far way more deep than that.
Yes.
Especially when you're a real trainer at heart, and this is, again, your lifestyle, and this is what you love, your passion. So I have no choice but to sometimes, that's just what I do automatically. I try to connect with my people, because in order to be able to inspire and motivate and train, and for them, you have to get people to trust you.
Yes.
They have to be able to trust you. They have to be able to trust you with their body, their, you know, just their being, you know, their presence.
Yes.
So, and I'm okay with that, because I can respect that. And I feel like that's my job and my duty to prove myself.
Yes.
That's my job.
Yes, and trust is major in any business, family. Any business that you have, in order for you to acquire clients and they stay with you, that trust factor has to come in place. You know, in the wholesaling business, it's about trust.
Absolutely.
You know, folks don't realize that no matter what industry you're in, the priorities or the things, the basics, I'll say, the basic stuff you have to do to be successful in a business, it spans over almost every industry you're in. It doesn't matter, because what it takes to maintain or even acquire clients, it's the same thing if you selling phones, if you cutting grass, if you training somebody. It's about trust that's being stated. If once your people learn to trust you and they know that you are acting in their best interest,
absolutely.
You got a client forever.
A client forever, and they are going to refer, and they're going to refer,
Yes.
and they're going to bring their friends, and you know, and they're gonna bring people, you know, and I'm forever grateful for that. I pride myself on building relationships, not just building clientele.
Yes.
I have some clients that have actually become some of my best friends. And that's just the way it is, and I'm grateful for it. You know,
those are the best clients because you said they are going to refer. That word of mouth is so powerful.
Oh, it's very powerful. That's the best marketing tool you can
Yes,
have, and it's free.
Yes, it's free. It is an awesome marketing
Yes,
tool.
absolutely.
Awesome. I mean, some people have literally made their money by way of referrals.
Absolutely.
And when you get a client like that, that means that's a client that really trusts what their friends said about you and what they said about you. I mean, it really just stood out and spoke to them and said, now if this person feels that way about this individual, I can trust that.
Absolutely.
And go with it.
Absolutely. I would like to also say one thing that's on my mind. I know that this industry is a huge industry, the health and fitness. It has just blown up in the last 5 to 10 years out of nowhere. And sometimes I just sit like, where do these people come from? But so I have a question for myself that I'm actually going to answer. And that is, what separates me from the rest of the trainers?
All right. Now.
And what separates me is the fact that I stay in my own lane.
There you go.
I don't compete nor compare.
Right.
My craft is my craft. I trust in it. I'm confident in it.
I like that.
I know what I'm doing. I'm skilled.
Yes.
I'm experienced. I have the credentials and the years. Although I'm young, I'm only 36 years old. I started at 18. And so another thing that separates me from everyone is I'm passionate. And sometimes that comes out and it comes off as being angry or being aggressive. That's because I'm actually passionate and I care about your well-being and I care about your benefit and your growth and development in this thing that you want to create for yourself, this new lifestyle, because this is an investment, people, and we have to treat it as such. This is not just coming to the gym.
You know how it goes for we African Americans when we are very passionate about something. It can be misconstrued as angry.
Absolutely.
But you know what? When we passionate. We are really passionate. And
I'd rather take that for my money. If I'm paying my money, than somebody that act like they don't want to be there.
Right.
You know, when you go to McDonald's or stuff, don't go get no McDonald's. But you know, when you go to McDonald's or somewhere, people act like they don't want to serve you.
Gotcha.
You know, and it's about service to me. And I thank God for the experiences that I have come across because I know to better tweak and provide even better service for my people so that they have to never experience that type of service that I may have come in contact with. So it's just about connecting with people. That's it. And just being real. I don't have to sell you a dream.
Right. You know, you just spoke about your craft, your passion. You are it. You are certified.
Absolutely.
You are. You know, you've worked to get this title that you have. And speaking of that, let's say someone came to you, Ben, and said, okay, I've been training under you for a while. I'm good now. I'd like to do what you're doing. How would you guide that person towards that?
Well, again, it's levels to it. So now we would shift. And we would shift into a skill mode, a set of skills that are required to be what I am, or to provide what I provide. And what we just spoke of, number one is service. Number one is energy and service. You got to make sure that your attitude is always right. You have to be consistent with it. No matter what you're going through, people are going to expect that from you. Once you show them that side of you, and that good side is what I'm speaking of, that energy, that inspiration, that drive, that fire, they're going to expect that every time. And so you have to make sure that's what you are capable of doing. And
so that speaks volumes there. So that individual that has now come to you, they've got all that. They got that fire, that drill, that drive. They're ready to do it. can you help someone become a certified trainer?
Oh, absolutely. Actually,
Awesome.
I do that now. So I actually have a couple people under me now that's under my belt, and like I expressed, that's number one. Number two is making sure you have the fundamental basics skills. You want to make sure that you're attentive, you're assertive, you are on top of every move that they're making, because you have now become a part of this journey.
Yes.
And you have to
Yes.
treat it as such, as it is yourself, as you would yourself. So you have to make sure that, their form is correct, they're breathing correctly, make sure they're not in pain, ask questions, make sure they're okay and that they don't feel overwhelmed and, compromised. And if they have any questions or concerns, you want to make sure you open the door and give them an opportunity to do so, because a lot of times people aren't that comfortable with saying or asking certain questions because they don't want to offend or they don't want to put themselves out there in the spotlight or whatever. But I give them the opportunity to, and I invite them in. I open that door for them. So you want to make sure you're inviting.
Gotcha. So is there a specific type of registry that one goes through to truly have that certification under their belt, where they get some type of certificate that validates, yes, I am truly a certified fitness trainer?
So as far as holding a course, that type of schooling right now,
Yes.
I'm not in that deep just yet. I'm working on that. But as far as, like I said, the fundamentals and the things that you need to know to get started,
Yes.
and that on that path, I absolutely I can help them with that. It's about, you never stop learning.
Right.
They have to understand, as a trainer, you never stop learning. And you have to be open to that and never feel like you know it all, because it's a whole big
Always
world out there.
something else to learn.
Absolutely.
Always.
So I'm always learning. I'm always open. Now, not everybody can teach me, but you just have to be careful with that, because everybody don't know what they're talking about or what they're doing.
Right.
It may seem that way, but you want to make sure that you're under someone that has a great foundation, that has experience, that know what they're talking about, and is confident. They're not guessing.
Makes sense. So tell me, Ben, tell us about some of the things one should or could experience once they start working out. The first week or so, what should they expect? What's some of the typical symptoms?
Some of the typical common symptoms would be, lots of soreness, of course. They may experience some fatigue. The initial contact, maybe their initial first session or so, they will experience fatigue and nausea. Some may feel like they have to throw up or what have you. But what will happen shortly thereafter, the following week will come, a boost of energy.
Yes.
A change in sleep pattern, for the better. For those who have problems sleeping, most people end up, that changes for them. They start to feel light, more lively, a little more, their breathing change, things start to happen for them. Their body is still going through shock at the moment, but it's also making good changes. And even some in the matter of weeks have seen inches lost, face, their neck. It's usually those are common areas that you first see signs of weight loss.
Awesome. Yeah, I can tell you, family, that it is a fact that when you work out, and particularly on a regular, you do sleep better, because now you got better blood flow.
Absolutely.
You have oxygen going to the blood like it should go. And people who typically suffer from high blood pressure will often not sleep well. It lowers the blood pressure. Sometimes stress play a big part in high blood pressure or whatever. Your stress level is lowered by way of working out. So there's so many benefits to working out and being physically fit.
Yes, it's more than just looking good. It can benefit you around the globe. And that's another thing that I think of, that long after I'm done training my clients, that this have now become a lifestyle for them in a healthier, to be in a healthier place 20 years from now.
Yes.
Without complications. Or I've had clients, their doctor have thrown away their blood pressure medicine after 4 months of training because of, you know, the change in their diet and change in, you know, the lifestyle, you know, living a healthier lifestyle and working out. So
absolutely. So, you know, family, this is the first series of many more to come with the physical fitness part of it. Ben is going to take us on that journey. Today is primarily about what are the things that he would look for. Typically, if you're a good trainer, typically what a good trainer would look for when you first approach them about taking on their services to get them in shape. And that is, what is your goal? That's the very first thing that you're going to be asked. What's your goal? We want to know how serious you are.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
This is what you will potentially look to be taken through a series of questions to determine if you're serious and you are going to be commitment.
Absolutely.
To doing this routine that you're getting ready to embark upon. So before we end this segment of this physical fitness series, a lot of times people talk about the consumption of XYZ amount of water per day. How much do you suggest someone drink per day?
So that's one of those things that's different also, because some people actually retain water. More water than the next person.
Got you.
And a lot of it, a lot of the weight that some people are carrying is not, a lot of it may be fatty tissues, but a great deal of it is water also.
Got you.
Because they consume so many, not just water, but too much liquid. Even in the food, you have to watch, because a lot of the fruits and veggies and stuff, although it's very healthy, it is grown by what? Water, one of the main sources that's used to grow. So I would say on average, for the average person, you're supposed to be about between 4 and 8 cups a day. And myself, I try to drink at least 6 cups a day, you know, to make sure you're flushing your systems and all that type of thing, because a lot of the foods have preservatives and, you know, the list goes on. But yes, a great deal of that, you'll be amazed, a lot of people retain water.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha. And I ask that because myself, I tend to do better when I drink more water. It really flushes my system out. I am very regular. It also helps to keep my skin and everything hydrated. You know, so I am one of those individuals who need to drink a lot of water. And if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do daily, a gallon a day is really what I need to consume to achieve what I'm looking for in terms of skin and hair and flushing my system of toxins and so forth. But it's just, to your point, very different for different people.
Absolutely.
Different for different. And I don't retain water. I'm a big time sweater. In the summertime, I mean, it don't take much for me to sweat, and guess what? I love to sweat. A lot of people don't like to sweat. I love to sweat because it actually, it pushes toxins out of your pores when you sweat.
It does.
Sweating is good for you.
It is.
And a lot of folks I've met that say they want to work out, but girl, I don't want to sweat. Well, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not a huge sweater either, but what I do have is a fast metabolism, so I burn like this.
Gotcha.
Like I burn. So that's why I don't sweat, because a lot of it just goes through me. Or like I say, I burn off because my metabolism is so high. And then the fact that I'm active on top of that, I have a steady schedule for myself. I train myself outside of my clients. I'm actually headed to the gym shortly. But I'm devoted and committed to my own lifestyle. It's outside of gym, outside of training, I also train myself. It's a part of who I am also personally. So
fantastic. Okay, that sounds good. So Ben, I want to thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely.
Again, family, this is just one of many more series to come down this health and fitness lane. We wanted to get with Ben today to talk about, the journey of engaging a physical fitness trainer. And the first thing we wanted to talk to you about was, what is your goal? Okay, you want to bring on a fitness trainer, but you need to be able to speak to what your goal is.
Absolutely.
And if you have a goal in mind and you're serious about it, then we can do some things.
Absolutely.
We can do some things. And I'll tell you that when someone comes to you with a goal already in mind and they can spit it out and lay it out for you, 9 times out of 10, that person is going to be committed.
Absolutely.
To doing what they're instructed to do or directed to do. Okay?
Absolutely.
Any last words you want to say before we end this session?
I would just like to encourage, everybody, the people to, it costs nothing to try to adjust our daily routine, our weekly routines, to get out and walk, to get out and ride a bike, to become a little more active. And with doing so, you become a little more inspired. Even if you got to get a girlfriend, a homeboy, a brother, a sister, or your child, whatever you need for motivation, get out there and let's make it better and easier for ourselves, because we're not getting any younger, but we could feel younger as we get older, and we can navigate what direction we want to take, which path we want to take as far as our health is concerned 20 years from now.
Yes.
So I encourage everybody, even if you don't get a trainer, get out there and do something that's going to help you, going to help that heart, that blood flow, get that oxygen, that mental. It's very important. It's mentally also. Challenge yourself to do something different. And that from a health aspect, and everybody's journey is different.
Yes,
you don't have to compare and compete. It's about learning your body, what works for you, and moving forward. Taking your time. It's baby steps. You don't have to dive head first, but hold yourself accountable or find someone that will. And, just get out there and let's make better decisions when it pertains to our body and our health. Let's invest back at home. In order to do and be anything out there that we need to be for whoever or whatever, we have to be a good self and we have to invest.
That's true. All right, that's cool. So the next time we have our session with Ben, we are then going to start this journey. We know what our goal is, and we are going to start out by talking through those exercises that you can do to get you ready to have that stamina to do the routines, really. And that's all about getting that heart strong, getting them lungs strong, and we're going to talk through what we need to do to get the heart and the lungs ready.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then we'll go from there. This is a long journey, and we're going to see some people metamorphosize.
Yes, absolutely.
Including me. Okay? All right, but thank you for stopping by, family. We really appreciate Ben sharing his knowledge with us, and you're going to see more and more of Ben through this health journey, this health and fitness journey. We're going to talk about diet, everything. We're going to demonstrate for you different routines, workouts, and so forth. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
You're going to be excited. You're going to like it. And we're going to ask you and engage you. And one of these, we're going live and have you do some of these exercises.
Absolutely.
All right? All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Again, I'm Sunday 7 with AN-T-NEES. And you know what it is. These are the Honky Tonk Chronicles. Peace, y'all.